passion, you know it. Attraction, good morning from Good Day Live. Yeah. Michelle and Kyle coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good day live. Good day live. Good day live. Good day live. Coming at you with the greatest guests and listeners. Don't worry, got a little bit of his and hers. Just vibing, it's gonna be the mission from morning to night. So buckle up and ride with Michelle and Kyle. Coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good day live. 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 Good day live.
A little bit on my face.
Louder. We got the louder.
There we go. There we go.
That's where you're riding a horse. Gonna dance? Whoa, 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 whoa. You're gonna stop your feet.
That feels good.
Whoa, whoa, go, 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 go. I can't with this guy. I mean, how long can this song go? Welcome,
I kept going.
welcome to Good Day Live. Today is March 17th.
Yes, St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day. March 17th, 2023. We're so happy you're in the studio with me, Andy, Natasha, the lovely Kyle Trueblood. I'm Michelle Murad. If we're just tuning in for the very first time, welcome, welcome, welcome to our show. How you doing?
Pretty good. Let's just start by apologizing. No one attempted to wear any green. Just like looking at the screen, I'm like, there's not an ounce of green on this show today. But
No.
we do represent St. Patty's Day. Green
We
is my
do.
favorite color.
Yes. Yes. You know who's wearing green?
Thank you, thank you,
Our very
thank you.
special guest today, Miss Roberta
Yes.
Bassett. Hey! She's an actress, a teacher, a dancer, an author, a dancer, so many things, and we're so excited to get her on our stage. And
Yeah.
she is wearing green, so you cannot pinch her.
No.
But you can connect and chat
That's
with her.
awesome.
We got the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from and what you're doing for St. Patrick's Day. I guess we can pinch each other now.
I didn't ask you how you doing. You doing all right? You doing all right?
Yeah. Yes,
All right?
we went out the other night, and then I ate something, and it just like threw me off. Like, I
you get back to-
had bacon
Did you get
like
back to-
after a certain time, and it's not okay.
Okay.
I had bacon at 11.
Michelle had
p.m.
one slice of bacon. We've been talking about it for 48 hours.
It takes a while. You know what? It's like when your body is so clean, like the
That's fair.
worst thing that I put in my
Yeah.
body is caffeine.
That's
And then
insane.
speaking of, I believe I have liquid caffeine, which is like over there. I can't even reach it.
I can't believe you got the liquid caffeine. This thing looks
It's a
like
joke.
it's gonna.
It's a running joke here at the studio
Okay,
that
good,
I drink
good.
caffeine.
Please
you make
don't
fun
try
of
it.
me. I think the caffeine is coming into me. It's flying in.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Andy Waldman.
Oh my God.
This is liquid caffeine. He gave it to me yesterday, and he was like, I got you a gift. And you know what Andy does when he gets me a gift? He throws it. I'm like, thanks. Thank you for throwing the gift at me.
See the ingredients? There's ingredients
Go
in
for
this
it. Read
thing.
it.
It's-
I was reading it. He's like, I
It's
don't
so
think
strong.
so strong.
All right, 10 milliliters equals an 8-ounce brewed coffee.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. What is it, just
20
like a vial?
milliliters, mind you. A milliliter is like this. It's like a shot, not even. 20 milliliters is a 16-ounce cup of coffee for a latte, but 25 milliliters is a 16-ounce energy drink.
How much was this thing? How much was this thing?
That's a 1 ounce.
1 ounce. 1 ounce would be the top. This little box right here at the top. That's 1 ounce.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
That's 1 ounce.
Didn't you say like I'd be like, welcome to the show?
Yeah.
Not that that's funny to be shaking
She'd
like
walk
that,
in
but
and say,
stop.
"Everyone ready?"
Okay. Yes, I do like my coffee intake. But it is St. Patty's Day. What are you doing for St. Patty's Day? Let's
A
put that
milliliter,
down.
the bottom, like a sliver of this is 5 milliliters.
What?
So like a drop in this thing
Did anyone try it?
is a whole coffee.
That's so dangerous.
My God.
Did anyone try this
Who
thing?
needs this?
No,
Why
apparently
are we
we-
manufacturing this?
Apparently, I need to put it in my purse, like wherever I go, because like sometimes, like Andy and I will like go to like an event or like a meeting, and I'll be
What?
like, "Can I get an espresso?" And maybe this is just to keep in his car, just to keep me fueled.
I feel like this is what you like if you're about to pass out. Someone like jabs you with an adrenaline shot. This is the
hope not.
fluid that's in the needle.
I hope not.
It's like I'm alive.
Hilarious. I gotta give a special congratulations to my buddy Kyle Trueblood. He just booked a movie role.
Oh, yeah.
He will not be here on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm happy but sad. I don't know who's gonna fill in your shoes.
Guess what I'm playing?
What are you playing?
Financial analyst.
The reason why that's a joke is because Kyle's side job is Mr. Moneybags.
Analyzing finances.
Analyzing finances. He
Not really,
analyzes
not
my
really.
finances.
It's more of accounting than financial
You
analysis.
analyze my finances like no other.
I do.
You're like,
I
how
can't
much
help
was
it.
that? I'm like, Dad.
It doesn't make sense. We did. Okay.
You know what doesn't make sense? I googled our names together and it said Michelle Murad and Kyle Trueblood's
That was
wedding.
weird. That was weird. You showed me that before the show.
We are not married, and
I gotta get back to the finances real quick. We're not married. We're not dating. And
There's a paddle.
people want it to happen real bad.
Aw.
Listen, it's just
should we make it happen?
it's just great. Why not, right?
We'll see what happens.
Right? Let's just see what happens, right?
See if we get more viewers,
People try
right?
to tune in on Monday. The whole place is exploding.
We'll see. Maybe we should flip a coin.
Well, you know, that makes me come back to the finances because I think if we were dating, your finances would just drive me insane. She gets an $11 coconut water every day of her life.
Every day.
What was it, like the 4th episode? Andy got me a coconut and a drill
I like
for like
how you're
$2.
looking at Andy. Why don't you look at the audience and tell him?
Because I love Andy.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you love him.
But don't you guys love when I'm just no one likes that?
No one likes that.
I asked that
Natasha's
rhetorical
always
question.
like,
She's like, no.
Natasha's always like, why are you looking over to the right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no one over the right.
There's no one
What
over
you don't
there.
know is that we have a live studio audience.
We do. We have a live studio.
We have a live studio audience. So congratulations on booking your movie role. I'm
thank you very
so
much.
proud of you.
Yeah, I'm excited to do it.
I'm always proud of you.
Thank you.
You know who I'm also proud of is our buddy, Miss Sally Cologne.
Nice.
This is her. I'm believing this is what she's wearing today on her show.
It's a nice dress.
She looks absolutely gorgeous. This is Sally Cologne's Welcome to My Clubhouse Season 2, which we're really, really excited for.
Very excited.
To have
Love
her
Sally
back, which I'm really excited to have her back on the show.
She's got a great attitude, and I really like her interviews. She's got good questions.
Yeah.
And she really listens.
She does really listen.
She really listens. She brings like a certain energy to interviews and conversations that just, it gets like, she's really good at keeping it like in depth,
Yes.
but still being very bouncy and
Yes.
happy and light.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
really interesting hybrid.
I told her what I love about Sally, and this is she was talking about pre-production, and she was saying, oh, maybe she wants a co-host, and I was like, no co-host for you, Miss Cologne.
No.
You are a lioness.
Yeah,
You do
yeah.
not need a co-host. Not saying that I'm not a lioness.
You are a lioness.
Thanks, Kai. I appreciate that.
100%.
But like, I like our banter. I like our yin and yang energy.
We got a thing. We got a thing.
We got a thing. And let's take a look. Who else has a got a thing?
Who's got a
Is
thing?
my buddy Sally Cologne. Let's take a look at her upcoming season.
Cool.
Let's take a look.
Día viene, bellas cosas traerá, y solo necesitas amor y libertad. Te digo para el mundo entero, cuando sientan que tu llama se apaga.
The music.
I want her to say bienvenidas a mi clubhouse.
I want to say, Alos con boy.
Arroz con pollo, Sally Cologne. and we're so proud of you.
Didn't she say someone was like, oh, I don't know about the music? I was like, keep the music.
The
100%.
music is everything, and we're so proud of you, and we're excited for season 2 and all the amazing things that are already going to happen for you. Congratulations, Miss Sally Cologne. You know what I love about this studio is that there are so many incredible women doing incredible things, and men that are doing incredible things in this studio, and I'm really happy to be part of it.
No, I mean, you know, everyone from Roberta to Sally to Miss Kimmy Seltzer.
Yes,
right?
yes.
A lot going on here.
There's a lot going on. Shall we get into some entertainment news? Shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's get into some entertainment news. We got Tyra Banks is leaving Dancing with the Stars after 3 seasons.
I didn't even.
Okay, you didn't even know. It's okay.
Why is she leaving?
Why is she leaving? Great question.
Yeah, why is she
Great
leaving?
question. Tyra Banks is hanging up her dancing shoes. The Dancing with the Stars host revealed that she's exiting the ballroom and giving up her hosting duties to focus on her passion for business as an entrepreneur. And I love how Andy says, why is she leaving? Because he wants to make everyone an entrepreneur. As we where did all of our camera? There we go. We couldn't see our monitors. What happened? Everyone is an entrepreneur. I said this the other day that my goal is to have my own studios, and I want it to be MAM Studios, and
you have that already.
I don't have my own studios. I mean, this is a studio that I'm in, but I want my.
But I feel like the idea and everything that you need in your head is there.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
It's already laid out.
Yes.
You've already started developing stories for women, for very powerful women.
Yes.
So like your production company is here. We're just not walking into it yet.
Oh yeah, well we will be. Watch out. I liked yesterday. You must have hated me yesterday because I said somebody asked me what's the difference between you and Reese, and you were like, oh, there's so many. Like, and I was just like, yeah, you were like, to the right.
Really?
Yeah. It's okay.
Huh.
It's okay. No worries.
I don't find that maybe it was the topic of conversation.
It could have been the topic of conversation. So congratulations, Miss Tyra Banks. You know what?
We're coming back to it?
We got this is going on.
Wait, who's on the left?
That's Meghan McCain, and that is our buddy Gwyneth Paltrow. I am not okay with this. Women talking about other women and their bodies. Not okay. Like, can we leave women and their bodies alone? Like, stop. Just stop. Stop.
The conversation is personally. I think the conversation is okay.
Really?
Whatever. But get ready for the backlash. Get ready for the backlash, Miss McCain. Because number one, Gwyneth is going on talk shows with no makeup, nothing.
Yes.
At 50, just like I'm here. I woke up like this.
Yeah.
And she'll just do the interview.
Yeah.
And reveal her true beliefs. I applaud Gwyneth for doing so. And I think that Miss McCain is just kind of looking for some clout.
Yeah,
She's trying to say something so the eyes kind of turn to her.
Yeah, I mean, but listen, any woman to take down another woman for their appearance, it's not okay in my book. I'm not for it. I'm totally against it. There are so many other things we can be talking about. So
2023.
The only reason why I'm talking about it is because it is in the entertainment news, and I am totally against it. So moving right on. She said that she looks older than her age.
That's
not fair.
talking, you know.
It's just like, what this is 2023. There's so many other things we can talk about. She's saying that she looks older for her age because we talked about this the other day, that she's being noted as an almond mom, and Meghan McCain is now coming out and saying that the reason why she looks older is because of the way she eats. You know what? We don't know why. You never know what's going on with anyone behind the surface. We're multi-layered, multi-faceted. We're all diamonds.
Yeah, McCain, you're gonna eat those words pretty soon.
Leave people alone,
and don't piss the Paltrow off. You know what I mean?
Don't goop.
She'll
goop all over you.
She'll goop all over you, right? But she'll put the makeup on, the dress on, and stunt on you like you've never seen before.
No, I don't think it's.
I don't think Gwyneth has tried in like a decade.
I think she probably tries a little. Listen,
Does she try? Look at this picture. Someone look at this.
No, she tries. She's gorgeous.
Not trying. She doesn't care. She's Gwyneth Paltrow. She's like, listen, I'll wake up in a sweatshirt and come and tell you what you need to know and go back to sleep. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Look at that face.
You're welcome.
It's the face of a confident woman right there.
That is the face of a confident woman. What else was I picking up? This is hilarious.
She plays Pepper Potts in Marvel Universe.
When I was little, I wanted to be on The View, so I thought it was really funny that Whoopi Goldberg gifted Hugh Grant a bottle of moisturizer after his self-deprecating Oscar joke. Could you remember what he said?
Was it Hugh that gave the really cringy interview?
Yes, it was Hugh Grant who was he was not on Glass Onion, like he was on Glass Onion for like a hot second, and Ashley Graham was interviewing him on the red carpet, and she was like trying to get something out of him.
He was in Glass Onion?
For like 2 seconds. Yeah, and she was like, "What was it like being on Glass Onion?" And
right. He
and
plays
was
the
like,
butler
He was like,
of
"I was on for 2
Daniel
seconds."
Craig.
Yeah, but I thought it was hilarious that Whoopi Goldberg gifted him moisturizer. It was also probably from the producer.
Looking into that,
Yeah,
I think he's a little upset because I think he had more and they probably cut his scenes.
you think?
And that's why he was giving the attitude in the interview.
Oh, maybe.
Because Hugh Grant, I mean, he's kind of at that level where it's like, if he's in a movie, he's got to be like in the movie. He's not making a cameo like I am on Monday.
This is terrifying.
What is going on here?
Okay, this is terrifying. So this was actually from the air conditioning.
Oh.
Can you imagine being on a plane and knowing that this is the air conditioning?
I would be screaming at the highest octave.
Freaking out. So the post says, and this is Biz Boost, who always comments on our show and always gives us lots of love and attention.
For sure.
This is just always remain calm. When I saw this, I panicked. Would you panic if you were on a plane and you saw that?
Listen, the door's getting opened and I'm jumping out 100%.
100% jumping out of that.
100%.
No. I'm glad that everyone was safe and everyone involved is okay.
Speaking of planes, I have a few friends that are flight attendants. And apparently there was a guy that was near the exit door that kept trying to open it.
Oh yeah, with the guy with the spoon.
The guy with the spoon.
This?
I heard about. You heard about this?
I didn't want to bring it up because it was so terrifying. But okay.
Pretty scary. But I think it's time to start the conversation of we as a group, we got a vet who's standing near the handle, the latch that could suck everyone out into the 30,000 feet above the earth, right? We just
right?
I just thought about it.
They're just like, you want to sit next to the emergency window? Yeah.
Some college kid who's probably
fall asleep. It's like, maybe there should be military trained people.
I want an air marshal at that seat at all times.
I'm with you. You know what else I'm with? Andy, pull this up. I want to start this new thing with our show. I want to do affirmations every day. Add an affirmation. And today's affirmation is repeat after me.
Cool.
I'm allowed to do what's best for me, even if it upsets people.
Ooh, that's good.
And I thought of you, Kyle Trueblood. And I'm wearing yellow today, so it works with the show.
I'm allowed to do what's best for me, even if it upsets people.
Yeah, I'm not.
Clearly, Gwyneth is doing that 100%. Shout out to Gwyneth one more time.
Shout out to Gwyneth. We love Gwyneth.
She knew the haters were coming for her too. She's like, I'm gonna wear my hair just like this.
Yeah.
And just wait.
I woke up like this. She's
doing that. She's Queen Bey.
I love this.
Queen Pei.
Okay, look at this. This is funny. Okay, so Ciara was getting backlash for her blue carpet appearance, and so for the Oscars, and she goes, "This is how she's pulling up next a Vanity Fair party." But
Hilarious.
Look at what she was wearing before.
Hilarious.
That was what she was wearing, and then this is what she's going to be wearing.
She wearing anything?
Exactly, and this is what she's wearing next year. Because
but does that dress have is that dress her skin tone, or is that just her skin behind the dress?
That dress is her skin tone, along with not a lot of clothing. But the reason why she's saying that she's coming to the Oscars in a Vanity Fair like this is because there was a woman, if you remember, wearing a feather. And she wasn't getting backlash.
That's true.
That's what she's saying. It's selective backlash. So why is she getting so much hate? Versus the Feather Girl, right?
Yeah, the Feather Girl was way more revealed. 100%.
Way more revealed. Yeah, way more revealed.
If you compare the two, Ciara's is pretty classy compared to the Feather Girl.
Yeah, right?
She acted like she was just, walking around the Garden of Eden.
Walking around the Garden of Eden.
What do we got here? Is that Longoria?
Yes, it's Longoria. My buddy Eva Longoria, who's not my buddy yet, but she doesn't know it yet. But this, apparently, it was espresso martini day. How did I miss it? It was espresso martini
day. It's a pretty cute picture. Look how big that glass is.
She's adorable. That's a huge glass. I probably would pass out, no doubt, if I had any of that. But who makes up these days?
Oh my
really?
God.
Who makes
I would pass out if I saw you with that glass.
What, you would pass out? Why would you pass out?
Because I know how much you're going to start vibrating.
I'm going to start vibrating? Okay,
and Michelle gets excited. She's either like, Kai, I love everyone.
One more.
Okay.
Apparently, they are saying, I don't know if this is true because I didn't do enough research, but apparently they're changing the rules. Pre-celibacy policy could be reversed. My high school boyfriend became a priest. I'm not saying I'm trying to get with him, but I brought that up to him when I first heard that. And he goes, never, nunca, nada. Never.
He didn't want to?
No, he said that is not what a priest does. you know, we don't have to get into it. I know just by Kyle's eyes alone, we don't have to get into it. I didn't do enough research on it. I just saw it and I felt like we should bring it up.
Now, I'm sure the quickest way to get struck by lightning is to start making fun of holy men. So let's just move on.
Yeah, let's just move on.
They're reversing it, so that's good.
Well, I don't know if that's 100%.
You know what I heard on the radio is that they spent like $4 million in a fund to start searching through like dating apps to find out if priests were using them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't know why it took so much. You could do that with one app for $3.99 a month.
Hilarious for $3.99 a month.
We'll move on.
I wanted to show this. This is Brendan.
Oh yeah, my guys.
Brendan Fraser.
My guys.
Brendan Fraser.
Can you guys see this?
And,
Look at these two.
And The Rock. When Brendan Fraser was in The Mummy Returns, right?
Yes.
So was The Rock, and The Rock got a lot of negative feedback for
Really?
being in it, which is like, you know.
Wait, The Rock was in The Mummy Returns?
Yes, The Rock was in The Mummy Returns.
Huh.
Yeah, can you believe that?
That's good casting.
Yeah, it's great casting. So he was really happy and proud of his friend, and so he talked about how he's happy and proud of his friend.
I gotta be honest, I think I'm so happy with the Academy this year. I'm
You
so
are?
happy with them.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me
I mean,
too.
I think Brendan Fraser was the right pick.
Oh, well, we're upset about Paul Sorvino,
You know what?
obviously.
Thanks for catching that. Thanks for catching that. That was the one thing. Shout out to Didi Servino. Shout out to Servino Wines.
Servino Vino. We
Servino
love Servino Vino. We didn't try it, but we love the rhyme.
They make a fantastic red blend.
How do you know that? You tried it?
No,
You get paid for this?
but they do.
Do they?
It's a good red blend. It had the percentages on the back. and
Oh.
I like red blends.
Good.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they would, like, you know, gave you a sponsorship I didn't know about. I'm so excited to get our
I have a knack for sponsorships.
You do. Kyle Dribbled got our very first sponsor, so he gets all the credit in the world. I love our next guest. I met her at the party for the Bay series,
Right.
season 7, on Tubi. What
Yeah.
was that? Yeah, is that no? Oh, maybe
So
not.
early.
Oh, a little early. I'm getting too
Little early.
excited. You
We're
know,
getting excited.
we are a live show, so I don't have an ear prompt. So Andy Wallman is saying, "Are we doing it now?
Let's get into that topic. No. You guys don't understand. This
What
is
don't we
produced
understand?
by Andy, Michelle, and Natasha. I just show up. It's fantastic. They do a great job. Great job. It's hard to do. Usually there's like 7 other people scheduling, blocking out,
Yeah, this is
coming up with topics. But you pick the topics and you schedule the guests, and it's pretty good.
Aw, maybe we did have a wedding and I didn't know about it.
No, there was no wedding. There was no wedding.
Look at his face. No, there was no wedding.
There was no
He's like,
wedding.
no, wow. You can say it over and over again. I got it. Message received, Kyle.
Funny.
Message received. I think you sent some stuff.
Did I send some stuff?
You sent some
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Look at this.
Let's pull this up, Mr. Wallman.
Africa's falling apart.
Wait, what? Why is it falling apart?
Literally.
Talk to us about why Africa is falling apart.
Well, if you'll notice it.
What is that?
This is a real crack in the continent that's going through the continent,
Whoa.
and it's going to split.
Whoa.
It's like, I mean, Africa's the beginning of Pangea, so, you know, we're just seeing more of that.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that insane?
That is insane.
I find that so interesting. You'll find that a lot of my facts have to do with planets. Speaking of which, on March 28th, if anyone wants to know, 5 of the planets in our solar system will be visible.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
They're just aligning. You know how usually the sun is in the way because there's planets behind the sun. They're rotating around it. You know? Or they're like above us and
Yes.
it's too bright. But apparently, like, it's just all going to line up perfectly at night so that we can see about 5 of them. March 28th.
What, oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool, right?
Can we take photos?
I think it was like, and it's crazy too. It was like a random. It wasn't like the closest ones, like Mercury, Mars, and Venus. It was, I think it was like Mars, Venus, but also Jupiter, Saturn, and I think Neptune.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Okay, I want to pull this up.
Neptune's
Can you
really
pull this
far.
up?
Uranus. Yeah.
Sorry, every time we say that planet, I laugh.
This guy's
I
all
feel
over
like
it.
grade school.
This guy's all over the news.
Ben Savage is just married Tessa Is it Angermeyer?
Angermeyer?
Angermeyer. So
Where do we
cute.
know her from?
You know, I don't know her. But she tied the knots. And they looked adorable. And then didn't you say he's also running for office?
He is running for office, and I'm going to vote for him.
Wait, why are you gonna vote for
I don't
him?
know. That's a big jump. That's a quick jump. I don't know.
Do you even know?
I need to look into his policy 100%. But like, come on, it's Ben Savage.
Because it's Boy Meets World.
But when it's Boy Meets World, Boy Meets World. No?
Keep going.
I forget the words. Yeah.
You know,
Topanga?
Oh, you had the biggest crush on Topanga, didn't you?
Man,
You had a lot of crushes.
I did.
I
actually did.
You know who my crush
It was like Topanga, Julia Roberts, Nia Long. Who else from the 90s? And Mrs. Betts, my second grade teacher.
Mrs. Andy, can you pull this up? This was funny.
Hilarious.
I'm so sorry I'm late. The traffic was crazy.
I think this is a dig at someone. This is a dig at someone in the room who's currently holding a coffee. We're not going to talk about who it is.
I didn't even think about that until you're
like you pull it up and I'm like,
I didn't even think about that. But this is Bounce Girl. This is who posted this. It's our sponsor.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
We,
shout out to Bounce Girl.
Shout out to Bounce Girl. That's really funny. How funny is that?
That's good.
What else? What are you up to for the weekend?
Well, I was going to go snowboarding.
Oh, you were again?
Yeah, I was going to go. But now I had to cancel it because I got the movie.
Oh, that's awesome. What a great reason to cancel.
Yeah. That's right. It's a good reason. It is. It's a good reason to cancel it. Got the movie. You should, probably.
Do you have a lot of lines?
Focus on that.
How many scenes are you in?
No, it's one big scene. Playing a financial analyst, and they have reshoots. So they shot the movie.
Oh.
And then they were doing reshoots, and he called me up and he was like, "Hey, we want to add this character into the movie.
Awesome.
Do you want to do it?" And I sent abso-bleeping-lutely. Send me the script.
It helps to have friends making movies and doing big things.
It's the same director that brought me onto your.
Shout out to Dan Levy Daggerman.
Yeah.
What? There's no role for me? No good?
I actually thought about that. Actually, when I accepted the role, I was like, "Numb shop."
Aw.
But I've known them for like 10 years, and I think they actually have like a.
You have to know them for a certain amount of time before you're like thought.
No. It's you have to. Okay, so shout out to Two Hands Productions. I really have to shout them out. They are a couple.
Yes.
They're like a power couple, and they've made so many projects together. And I met them when they were just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh.
And I trained.
love that.
I was a personal trainer, and I trained her. And she was like, "I'm gonna fit into this wedding dress, Kyle. We're gonna work out 5 days a week." And this is like 10 years ago. This is the producer, yeah. And they put me in, I think, every single one of their projects. So I think it's just like an ongoing thing. It's like a tradition.
It is.
So we gotta get Kyle in here because, it's like a good luck thing, good luck charm at this
I'm
point.
super lucky and grateful that you were the guy that they thought of.
There you go.
Because with Charlotte Chronicles, when I wrote that and produced it and started it and cast it, and just to like give myself a
Congrats
little star.
on that, by the way.
Thank you so much. Actually, it's so fun. You too can check out the Charlotte Chronicles on YouTube right now. I went to go check it out. People are watching it even more.
Project.
I'm so excited that so many more people are watching it. I just saw one up like a couple thousand views the other day.
It should.
A couple thousand.
It's
That's exciting.
It's a fun experience.
It was a really great project. I'm so excited that more people are seeing it and watching it. It's so exciting. I'm not doing any real promoting other than when I meet people, I tell them about Charlotte Chronicles. And Andy saw it. I put in Starbucks like this little QR code that you can scan. You saw it.
I saw it.
You saw it. Where it's like it's called the dog wall, and everyone posts pictures of their dogs. And I posted the Charlotte Chronicles little postcard.
It works.
And you scan it, and it takes you right to YouTube. And actually, people have found the show from that.
Yes.
I've actually seen people leave comments on YouTube saying, "Great show, so well done,
Awesome.
and happy that it's done by somebody in K-Town." Because they knew that the area was shot in K-Town.
Oh,
Isn't
that's
that so cool?
That's cool. Repping K-Town.
Repping K-Town and our local friends. So it's really cool.
That's awesome.
Enough about me. Let's get another incredible
Let's get her on.
writer, actress,
Yes.
dancer, multi-hyphenate, Roberta Basson. Hey, we're so excited. And she's wearing green, so we can't pinch her. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. I want to pinch. Can I pinch your cheek?
Yep. Okay.
So here is our Jackery. Unbox it. You want to get it charged up. You use this fantastic charger over here. This is the output over there, and it has an extra cable like this with the ability to charge it in your car. So that is really cool. So we have it all charged up. It has here, you can press on the display. You can see now that it is not drawing any power, it is not bringing in any power, and it is 99% charged. 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 99% which is cool. So as you want to use all your separate things, you can turn on the little lights, and it will show you, as you can see there, that now you can draw power out of them, or you can turn them off, just like you would at home. If you want to leave something plugged in, but not having it draw power, there you can turn it off. So let's have some fun and see what our Jackery can fire up. So in the past, we have used the Jackery to light up our lives with Govee. We have charged our cell phones, and we have done a few other things. But we've even lit up the AeroGarden. How amazing is that we were able to light up the AeroGarden? But today we're going to push the Jackery to the limit, and we are going to take a look at the This Works. What's this? This Works car vacuum. Awesome, very cool. And we could even take a look at Tambi used it. And how amazing is this? Oh my goodness. You can just keep on going and going and going. You can get into every little nook and cranny in your car with all of this. How awesome. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to stick it into our Jackery. Let's do it this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Turn it on. The little light and the display have gone on because we are about to fire this up. Thank you, Mr. Jackery. There we go. That is cool. So let's see what else we can fire up today. That is just so cool. You see, powerful vacuum, Jackery fired it up. Let's have a look at some of the other things that we can fire up today. Let's see. Here we go. So let's try the Levoit air purifier. This is a high power drawing item, I think. I would imagine so. It's not something that you would generally plug into this little power port here. Amazing. If this works, you know how incredible this must be. So not only is the Jackery used when you are camping or exploring.
Welcome back to Good Day Live. If you're just tuning into the studio, I'm Michelle Murad, along with the lovely, talented, just booked a movie role, Kyle Trueblood, and our new friend, Roberta Bassett. Hey, Roberta, how are you?
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming to the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day. You got the assignment. You're wearing the green.
Yes. I know.
You can pinch him. You are an actress, a writer, you're a teacher, you're a mother, you are the ultimate
Dancer.
dancer. Thank you, multi-hyphenate. You're UCLA graduate, so we are kindred spirits, and just like an incredible human. And we met at the party for the Bay, and what I love about Kyle's never done this, by the way.
We were partying together.
Kyle comes up to me. He's like, "Gotta meet this woman. Gotta meet this woman."
Yeah.
And you brought me over to her, and we started talking, and I felt this like instant vibrational connection with you.
Yeah.
And you started telling me that you have a book. So I have this book. It's Amelia Earhart, Me and Our Friends, written by not yours truly, but ours truly now, Roberta. And it is, I'm going to read a little bit about it, if that's okay. Actually, no, you tell me about it. I'm not going to read when you're sitting right next to me. That's the dumbest thing I've ever done.
You're hilarious.
Yeah, so when that lights up, you can talk there. But just talk to us and have fun. Tell us how this happened for you. So
Well, first I want to tell the audience something.
Oh, yeah,
that
please.
the energy these two have, this isn't the show. This is how they are always. They
Thank you.
are like just full of like positive, fun energy.
Thank you.
Right. I mean, it was so much fun meeting you guys there and everything. So we had a good time.
Speaking of energy,
appreciate that.
that's why I knew you two had to meet, because we had met maybe for like 2-3 minutes. We were talking for a very short period of time, but I was like, I love this energy from this woman. Michelle would love her. And then when you guys met, I think you guys spoke for like an hour.
No, I don't think it was an hour, but probably to your husband
A lot
was
of
an hour.
Yeah.
Husband Ned is here. Hi, husband Ned. Ned is watching. He's
How
in
you
our
doing?
live studio audience.
Yes.
And I loved what you said. Thank you so much
It's
about
true.
the comment about the energy.
Thank you.
Actually, Kyle and I, we went out to dinner with our producer Andy, and he was like, "Guys, the camera's not rolling." We're like, "No, this is
how it is.
This is how we are. It's just like that's just natural."
Yeah.
And you said that you're the yin to my yang, and then you mentioned that Ned, your husband, is the yin to your yang.
Yes, exactly. Oh, that's right. That's what we're
Yes.
talking about. Because I said, people go, I don't understand how you two can be together.
Yeah.
And we're so opposite.
Yeah.
You know, but it is. And then you said, he's your yin and yang, and yeah, and we've been like, it seemed to work, because like I told you, he was my prom date.
I love that so much. He was
In high school.
He was your
Bad prom.
date. He was prom date. But didn't you? Is it true that there was a lie about the age when you
Oh,
met
yes.
him? Tell us
Okay.
about this.
Okay.
That's great.
We met at a holiday party, and I was 17 and a half, and halves are important
Yeah,
at that
at
age.
17,
Yeah.
of course.
And
Gotta round up.
19, probably and a half, because our birthdays are in June, and it was December.
Okay.
And so I thought he was really cute, and so then he called for a date, and we started dating, and I thought, I told the other part, if I could date this guy till the prom, I'll have a prom date. But when you talk about the age thing, yeah. So I was supposed to be in college to be at this party. But I was in high school.
She snuck it.
Yeah. And I was a really good girl. I mean, I will say,
Yeah,
tell you
I like
that.
this a lot.
I have. That means I have to be older. I have to be, in college. So I said that I was older, like, I don't know, 19, 18. And also I gave a whole list of classes that I was taking at the
That's funny.
university already, which I wasn't. God, I can't believe it, because I
That's
never tell
awesome.
a lie.
Either. I cannot tell a lie. When I tell lies, my whole body starts to like
Yeah,
convulse.
it wasn't a lie. It was survival.
That's awesome. No, because you got to do what you got to for love, right? You
For
know?
love, and you met at a party. You met at this party. Had you not gone, we would.
That's right. That's right. And so that's what. Yeah. So then when he took me with my application to UCLA, which I was hiding because it was the first. I was entering from high school, not as from a transfer student, which I told him. But I didn't realize
That's
how many things there were. Oh, poor Ned. Oh, dear.
We love Ned. Hi, Ned. Yeah, Ned. All the truth is coming out now. I hate to break it to you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So then I thought, gee, I better tell him. So we were crossing at UCLA, we're walking, and I said, oh, there's something I have to tell you.
gosh.
And he panicked because he thought it was something terrible. And he told me later, he thought, maybe I'm dating somebody else or something. And I said, I'm not really, what was it, 18, 19? I don't remember what I said.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm only 17 and I'm in high school. Oh, that's okay.
That's
But,
awesome.
Yeah, we stayed.
Yeah.
It seems to have worked.
Yes, I love
That's
that
awesome.
it seemed to have worked. I love that you both came to the party together.
Well, we didn't come to that party last night.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that party.
To the Bay party. I have to ask before we get into it. Did you always know that you wanted to be an actress, a performer? Was this always something that you had as a little girl, like trying to figure out like what you gravitated towards?
Right, and I talk about that. I just had an interview for Voyage LA magazine.
Great.
And I did write about that. And I said I was 10 years old. I was in line to go out for recess. And this girl, Diane, said to me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, I want to be an entertainer and a teacher. And I knew I wanted to have marriage, a family, and go to UCLA. I knew my life. I knew what I wanted.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
I think you actually do know what you want at a very young age.
I agree with
think
that.
you really do. I
agree
think
with
you
that.
have a passion. I always was singing and dancing. I was, in choir and taking violin lessons and taking ballet, and I really also, thank my mother she gave me educated dance at 5.
Wow.
For ballet, and I never stopped.
Wow.
I've never stopped
Wow.
taking dance. I've taught dance.
Wow.
But like yesterday, I took my ballet class.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
never stop, and it really does. It's my chapel. It's my place, and it also solves all your physical and mental problems because everything you put into it,
Dance it out.
sort things out, and your body gets in shape, and yeah. So it's always been my place.
I love that. Our buddy Natasha is a ballet dancer over there. Yeah.
That's why she looks so fantastic.
Yes, yes.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not a ballet dancer, but I am
Neither
a
am I.
Pilates user. Can I say that?
Yeah. On the toes, it's just, I feel like that's one of the hardest things to do.
It must be the most.
Has to be.
I can't do it.
No.
I actually, my mom took me to ballet because I love dance as a little lady. But I had so much energy that I was just like, I'm bored. Like they were like, okay, we got to do something else with this girl. Take her to tap, and they took me to tap, and I was like, this is fun.
Oh, you like
Hilarious.
tap.
I like tap, but then
You're a tapper.
I got bored by somebody telling me what to do. So my mom's like, I don't know what to tell you. So I freestyled in my basement.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, as long as you move that bod.
Gotta move it.
Gotta move
Motion.
that bod.
Gotta
Move that
keep it in
bod.
You
motion.
really do. You got to
Yeah.
keep moving it. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm right there all the time.
That's great.
I'm telling you. Anyways. so
I
go
love
ahead.
that. So you knew the trajectory of your life.
Well, it happened to come out that way. I was lucky, I guess.
Incredible, lucky, and so you went to UCLA. Talk to me about this. You have a lifetime teaching credential.
Right.
What does that mean?
It was one of the last ones they gave.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So it meant that you are theoretically supposed to be able to teach without having to renew your license or anything. And then they stopped giving them. You still had to take a test later to, I don't know, sort of reinstate. But yeah, so I had one of the last ones I got.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then talk to
Long
me.
time ago.
Talk to me about this. About Amelia Earhart, me and our friends. How did this book come about? And I'll put it on our book stand so our audience can see this
Okay.
book. Tell me how this all.
I got you.
Thanks. You want
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah, we have to stand her up
Stand her
because
up. This is beautiful.
we don't know where she is, but and just to clarify on the cover, the person in the yellow by the yellow plane is me. Sometimes people think it's Amelia Earhart.
Oh, that's
Amelia
you.
Earhart.
Oh, really?
Amelia
Can I
Earhart.
get this
Amelia
close up real
Earhart is
quick?
the one in the black.
It looks like that. You guys look like sisters, or
You know,
or maybe you are her reincarnated.
Oh, gee,
Did
I
you
don't
think about
know.
that?
Yeah, well, let's
No?
see. I don't.
That's great.
I don't think that.
Would work out?
Yeah,
okay.
I think
All right,
that's
maybe
great.
not.
Yeah.
Maybe,
So-
maybe you are
not.
related.
But there is something to that because I do I do a one woman show called Amelia Earhart in her own words. And we do have the same structure in facial lines.
I see that.
Yeah, we do. And maybe that's why has something to do with when I do play the role of Amelia Earhart, and I do the makeup, very little makeup because she's but I wrote a play, which I just said, Amelia Earhart in her own words. I wrote it. Oh, gee, I don't know if it's 30 years ago now.
Wow.
I was at a playhouse called the Lonnie Chapman Playhouse in Burbank. It's a very, very wonderful repertory company. As one of the members, we were picking historical characters to write about. I decided to write about her. I did all my research. This is before internet, folks. Originally with real books and things at the Amelia Earhart Library, and all the texts were original. The original sources. I use all original sources. You go to the main source for everything because I was a history major. I'm terribly passionate about facts and dates and trying to get to the truth, and that's part of the fun of being a researcher.
Yeah.
Is delving into it,
You're
you
an
know.
investigator.
Yeah. So I wrote this play. I wrote a full-length play.
Wow.
I performed it at the Chapman Theater, and then we put it away. And 10 years later, Women in Theater, which was another group, wonderful theater group for women, and they were looking for historical one-woman shows.
Wow.
Okay.
For Women's History Month.
Wow.
Women's History
Women's
Month.
History
It is.
This
Month.
It is. Yes.
It's March. It's Women's History
So
Month.
appropriate, yeah.
It's really a wonderful time to celebrate. You should celebrate all year.
Yes, I agree with that.
But we celebrate in women's empowerment. And so I did they gave me free a venue at the Santa Monica Flying Museum.
Wow. What?
And I performed it every weekend.
Wow.
And I met all these famous people. I met Bobby Trout. Anybody who's out there, any historian about women's flying, she was Amelia's contemporary.
Oh, wow.
She was her competitor.
Amazing.
And so, yeah, and hubby was there. I do the acting and the writing. He does everything else. So my book is dedicated to him.
Oh, dedicated
Awesome.
to Ben. I love that so much.
So anyways, I wrote, when people saw it, they loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Did I hit the mic?
You're
on
good.
that?
You're
You're
good.
okay. Yeah.
So they loved
Natasha
it.
would like her ears, like
Oh yeah, she'll come flying over. She'll come flying
She'll
over.
fly in instead of Amelia. Look at Natasha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Channel 7 came, they filmed it, and then I started getting requests. I think it was Lockheed was the first one.
Wow.
Different organizations, playhouses, universities. People started asking me to come and, booking me for all these to do the show, and it literally has not stopped.
Wow.
That's great.
And so all these years I have been doing this one-woman show on her, and then people kept saying, "Oh, you should write a book." I said, "No, there's too many books. There's too many books on Amelia." But I knew her so well by now.
Yeah.
I knew her. When something would happen, like if I'd be upset about something, I would think of a quotation that I knew because I know her I did perform for her stepson, and he said, "We can see Amelia." This is what really thrilling. He said, "We can see Amelia's part of you."
Wow.
And so, this was a big moment.
This is her stepson.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that.
Please.
So
My wheels are turning as you're talking.
Me too.
So anyways, long story. I'm a talker like
I
you.
love it that
We were talkers.
We're on a talk show,
Yeah.
so that's what's part of it. You got to
Right.
talk.
Gotta
You
talk.
can't just sit there and look
Gotta
pretty. You
talk.
got to talk.
Yeah, but you know what's great about you guys? You're really good interviewers because you actually let the person talk, and then you ask really insightful questions.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
She
it's
tells me
true.
I don't listen.
It's
but-
true, both of you are so great. No, I meant you both.
no, yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
exclude. Anyway, yeah. So, anyways, that started off. So then, finally, I had all this information. Like my head was exploding from information, and so I start writing a journal. And when I had a problem or a situation, or I was happy about whatever it was, each couple of days I'd write, and I would then think of not plan to think, but one of her quotations or an event or something about her would come into my head. And so I would write and I'd put the quotation next to it. And then it would make me feel better, like, she would be somebody like, if you don't want to procrastinate. And she, there was something like she said about, she'd say 3 months before you do something, that's when to worry about it. And this had to do with her flying. She goes, once you make the decision, those are paper tigers, the fears are just paper tigers. And then you just let them go and you, in her case, fly off into the sunset.
Wow.
She never worried about flying. She thought about it, she made her decision. And so I was journaling for myself, and then I realized, oh, you know what? This is really helping me.
Wow.
It's a self-help book. It's the only self-help book based on Amelia Earhart's quotations and her life. And I thought, you know what? This is just helping me. And maybe it would help other people. And so I started to, formulate the book and put it together and then learn about making a book. And I did feel like I have to do this.
Wow.
I have to get this out. And the person, there's a woman, Mary Murphy McGregor, is formed a group called National Women's History Project, but she also was instrumental in establishing Women's History Month.
Wow.
And she had said to me, if you can inspire one person through your show or through your book, that person could change the world. You just don't know. One person could change the world. And that's the first entry in my book. It's the very first page, and it's, so that's how it just evolved. Like everything in life, you just got a movie role, and we just met yesterday, and now we're BFFs. We are and it's just evolved. I mean, it's the craziest, most wonderful journey I never would have expected. I'm not a flyer. I'm not an aviator. I knew nothing about aviation. A history major, English minor, and theatrical teaching, all that. And so it all came together, and it all comes together in the play and the book, because when I perform the play or when I present the book, I'm doing all those things. I'm educating people about her and her history and the history of flight. And then I'm hoping that I can inspire or motivate people to follow their passion. You followed your passion.
Yes.
You followed your passion.
Yes.
My feeling is that I do not feel you can be a happy, fulfilled person if you don't really go after it. If you go after it and you find, okay, it's not for you, that's how you find out. Or if you go after it and it doesn't manifest the way you expected, but at least you've done it.
Yeah.
I think you really need that to be satisfied with life. And we have something special. Who's that? She's here. Wait, she's here.
She's here. The viewership will go up for sure. That's the case.
She wants to join us.
That's amazing. I think. Oh, go ahead. I can feel your questions like on the tip of your tongue. I'm not on the tip of your tongue, but I can feel them. What do you got?
It's really interesting. I love the inspiration that you had, and not to work backwards, but I just want to get more into the inspiration that you got from Amelia. Can we just go to when you were, how should I say, researching?
Did I answer your question?
Maybe. When you were researching Amelia, can you talk to us about that specifically? What was it that you read where you're like, oh, I need to start really delving into this woman and really expanding on Amelia's thought process? But what was like the initial realization?
That's a really interesting and exploratory question, because I never thought in a million years that I would continue being interested and fascinated by her. You asked me initially, I just thought I'll write about Amelia Earhart. And the more I read, the more I wanted to know, And to this time, which is, like I said, probably 30 years of research.
Wow.
I don't know what it is, but every time I read something new, and every time I do a presentation or a show, I always review the material, but I always find and learn something new.
Okay, so that's what it is, really.
It just keeps, I don't know why, but it just keeps yes.
That's what it is.
It just keeps being fascinating.
That's so interesting.
And and I try to bring that to my audiences and my books and everything else.
That's so interesting. Is anyone making a movie about this? You ever thought about making a movie?
Oh, there's been lots of movies.
Yeah. With you in it.
Oh, with me, yes. Anyone out there who would like to make a movie?
She runs a production company, actually. She has won awards for writing.
Look at this guy.
You should definitely, if you were ever thinking about it.
And like while you were talking, have you seen Julie and me?
That's so weird. Oh my God.
I knew it. I knew it. When I met you, I was like, something's going to light on fire.
I don't believe this. Do you know what?
What?
You won't believe this.
Love this.
Okay. When I wrote this book, I started to write a screenplay that was based on Julia and Julia. It's called Julia and Julia, isn't it?
Yeah. Julia.
So while you were talking, I was like, it should be called Amelia and Me.
Yes.
Amelia and
I actually started to write that, and I talked to a friend of mine who's a producer about doing something like that. That is the weirdest thing
So we're
ever.
going to talk after this show
Oh
because I
my
believe
gosh.
this needs to happen
Yeah,
because
that's exactly what I thought of. Exactly.
amazing.
Oh
Because
my
while you're
God.
talking, I said this is like Julia and Julia,
Right.
Julie and Julia.
Yeah.
And I have a gift. I am going to honor that gift because
Wow.
I've always been like, oh no. When I sit across from someone and they talk and I'm inspired by them, I see either a TV show or a movie or a commercial idea, and that is a gift that I have been given by the heavens above.
Yeah.
I have been doing this since I was little, and now I finally decided I was like, instead of like, because I'm an actress, I'm a writer, I'm a producer, but more than anything, I love to tell stories. And I love to make stories, and I love other people sharing their stories. So let's make a movie together.
Hey,
Let's do it.
it's a contract.
It's a contract.
See, it's right. Oral contract.
It's
right
only-
then and
Oral
there.
contract.
A Women's History Month.
Yes.
It's
Very
really interesting to
appropriate.
watch women inspire women, and
Yes.
it just keeps going.
But we will find a role for Kyle.
Oh,
look at that.
Definitely.
Always gotta find a role
Yeah,
for Kyle.
definitely.
Kyle, this is
Definitely.
Kyle said, and I think this is an oral contract, Kyle. He
yeah.
said to me,
I
he
love, like,
goes,
time this
I
movie.
follow wherever she goes.
Yeah.
So when it comes to creating shows, because I created a show and he just by chance got on it, which is crazy because there was somebody else to play his part.
Really?
And the guy fell out. And
how we met.
it was so crazy because I was in a movie in Maryland 10 years prior to Charlotte Chronicles and met this guy, Dan Levy Daggerman, in Maryland. And Dan and I connected on a movie that I was in. It was all about like college and sororities and fraternities, and it did really well. It was called Hayes, so congratulations to Hayes. And we kind of kept in contact, but not really, not in close contact. And I raised the money to film the show, The Charlotte Chronicles,
Wow.
and I reached out to each individual person, whether it was over Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and I said, I'm writing this show. I need to produce it. Want to know if you want to be involved? And so I reached out to Dan, and he said, oh, my wife and I'm a producer. She's a producer. He's a director. And he said, we'd love to help donate, but if you're looking for a director and a producer, we'd love to get involved. And so I sent them over the script, and they're like, count me in. And then they started working on the project, and then the guy that plays the hot guy dropped out. And they go, we know a hot guy. And
We know a hot guy.
And he's also an incredible actor.
I think
And
that was
so
the first time anyone referred to me as the hot guy. I don't
Isn't
think I
it
played the
thrill-
love
it's a
interest.
thrill, wasn't it?
It
It
was.
was a
It was.
And you live up to that standard, but you're
Thanks.
also a very talented actor. And so he auditioned, and I said the only thing is does he have a dog? Because the character is a very good-looking guy in my building who has a dog. And he goes, oh, he has a dog. And so he sent in an audition tape, and I said he's perfect, except he seems too nice. Little
Yeah.
did I know. Little did I know.
Goes to show you the audition process. It's not fail-proof. People
Yeah.
can still get it wrong on either side of the.
Get it wrong.
On either side. Like maybe I was a little too sweet, or maybe you didn't see something, but like we kept pushing forward, and it turned out to be great.
Yeah, and then so I offered him the part, and he was perfect. And then we had instant chemistry. It was like the craziest thing.
There was, yeah.
There was
Well,
this
that's what they're looking. That's what they look for.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, chemistry.
The
That's
thing
what it's
you
about.
cannot
Create.
You can't define it.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not. You
It's
just don't know
unspeakable.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's unspeakable, and I'm so grateful for him in so many different ways. But also, like,
I
it's
feel like you have the same relationship with Amelia in some way. Like it's
Really?
like you
Yeah,
and
go
Amelia. Like there's like a relationship there. It's not just you.
That's what. Oh, you know what? That's so funny.
Yeah.
Because no one's ever said it quite like that, and that's the first. That's the first line of the introduction to the book.
Really?
It says, "How did our relationship,
That's hilarious.
begin?" And we do. That's you guys.
are we
That is so.
That's so funny.
How did this relationship?
wow.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's right there.
amazing.
It's right there. Yeah.
amazing.
And it
Amazing.
really is a funny
Yes.
thing.
Amelia and I have developed a relationship through my play. How did our connection, our unique relationship of over 25 years ever happen? I'm as puzzled as anyone and pleasantly surprised to think that I came to inhabit the character of Amelia Earhart in the simplest of ways. That is so cool.
That's
Kyle,
great.
you're
You got
scaring
it.
Look at that.
We're scaring you a little bit.
My Pisces psychic ability.
I've never had this kind of.
Interaction.
Yeah. This is really interesting.
That's
This is
awesome.
fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
This is fun.
so,
Let's
yeah.
make a movie. Let's
Yeah,
make a movie.
I get the
Well,
the
and I
energy's
have
there.
to say to the audience, it is so impressive that Michelle has meant to, started this show and is going for her dream of a production company. You just go, you do it. So and
Thank you
she's
for saying that.
yeah, and then you're so good and genuine with your good friend, and you take your friends and you support them. I can just feel that. I mean, I know it. I don't have to even guess it. I can tell.
No,
and
I call it my agent.
Amelia was that they don't know. People don't know, but she was. As soon as she became famous, then she became very wealthy because of speaking engagements.
Right.
I'll take all the speaking engagements I can get.
And she supported then her family and her financially. When anybody needed anything, her family, her friends, whatever it was. So she
big
was.
heart.
She was very giving and generous and.
Wow.
All those
You
things.
would never know. I mean,
and a fashionista lady.
Really?
Which is
Amelia's after my own heart.
Yes, it gets lost because people say, when I first started the show, I thought, okay, she's courageous, she's strong, she's tough, and she wears her leather jacket and her joppers and her goggles, but what she did was when she started taking lessons for flying, they didn't have clothing for women to fly, So people had to figure out what they should wear. And she took a leather jacket and she rolled it around and got grease on it and dirtied it up and slept in it.
Nice.
So that it would look like the guys, it would look like she's a flyer. She looked like she's a flyer.
Interesting intelligence, because you got to have the pilot, wherewithal and the skill set, but to have that sense of I gotta look the part.
Yeah, you gotta look the part.
And to know to do that and go that length to sleep in it and roll it around in the dirt.
Yeah.
I just think that's so interesting.
Yeah.
That, again, surprising about Amelia.
Yeah, she did that, and it was really to fit, kind of fit in to look the part. And then people don't know she was very, very fashion conscious, very concerned about her sister and her mother, how they presented themselves. When you read her letters, they're hysterical because she's writing to her mother, Now remember to pull up your stockings. Don't pull them at the knees because they'll get all wrinkly, And she always powdered her nose and put lipstick on before she when she got out of that plane.
I love it.
People would never think that I didn't think that until the more I learned and the more I caught on that, she was the complete package, she had all these interests: photographer, horsewoman, sportswoman, writer, flyer, and she did it, so she did it all.
That's awesome.
Do we know where she went?
Well,
Isn't that the whole thing?
don't.
Yeah, do we know where she went? What do you think, based on your relationship with her? Where could she be?
Well,
Where did she go?
I only give facts, ma'am. Only
Okay.
the facts.
No speculations?
I give only the facts. The reason I give only the facts is because when you get in a room full of authors and researchers and people with strong opinions, because there's very, very many theories about what happened to her, and people own those.
He loves
theories.
He loves the conspiracy theories. He loves to get into it.
Oh, you do.
He loves
So
to hear about it.
The facts. You gotta start at the facts.
The main accepted theory, and by her family, is what's called the crash and sank theory. And of course, that is that we do know that she was within 100 miles of her destination. We know that by the radio signals.
Wow.
So we do know. And then when she was trying to find what's called Howland Island, which was teeny atoll in the middle of the Pacific. You couldn't tell it from a cloud. It was only about a mile and a half long and a mile wide and a couple of feet tall. And she had to just hit it. And as Brad Washburn, who was a navigator, had been interviewed to go on that flight with her, but he wasn't chosen, he said, if you don't hit Howland, you don't hit nothing.
Really?
Yeah, and nobody. Yeah, so the major accepted theory is the crash and sank theory because she ran out of fuel. I mean, she said she knew she was running out of fuel. she was flying a half hour beyond what was calculated originally for how much fuel she had. And then when her signals, the ship that was supposed to hone her in, the Itasca, was trying to hear her, and they could hear her, she couldn't hear them. There were all these problems with the radios, the technology. She hated technology, and that was one of the downfalls. Was she didn't want to use radio equipment, and so she had left a lot of it. She had taken it off the plane before she left.
Wow.
And if she had a trailing wire antenna, which was on the plane, but which she took it off. And see, now that's a new fact. I just read it yesterday.
Oh wow!
The fact was that the trailing antenna would have allowed her to have a 2,000-mile radio distance that she would have heard people, but she took it off.
Wow.
Weird.
I knew she took it off, but I didn't know that she could have heard. It would have had a 2,000-mile range. That would have allowed her to. That would have allowed the ship to hear her if she went in a different direction.
Wow.
Yeah, but what she had was a 200-mile range. That's very short.
Very short.
And so
For going across the ocean, that's like
right. It was only 200,
it's tiny.
and so there was when the last time they heard her, and she said, we're flying on this trajectory, and then they kept trying to get her, but they never heard her again, and that was they first were in communication at 7:42 a.m. and this was 8:43 a.m.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And she only originally had fuel for the first half hour of that.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So now you have all these other theories. That she was captured by the Japanese. I'm sure you've heard that.
Whoa,
that she was executed by the Japanese. That she came back to the United States and nobody knew, and she was came by a different name, and she lived a private life. And the woman who was accused of being her sued the publisher, whoever wrote the book, because she was being harassed about that this was her. Yeah, all kinds of different theories.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of different theories. But the main theory is been usually accepted is the crash and sank. But plenty of people don't. I mean, plenty of theories because there's nothing proven.
She's an explorer, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of explorers, man or woman, that this happened to, like that they go until they can't anymore,
Right. No, she said, when I want to go in my plane fast.
Wow.
But
Wow.
Anyways, and so you always hope that she survived, but but she didn't survive after. If she did wind up on an atoll somewhere, which is there's been tremendous research about looking for her on Nicobar Island, which was about 320 miles southeast, I believe, of Howland. And every 2 years, there's a group that goes out. My dear friend, I keep hitting the.
That's okay. That's okay. You know what? We're gonna have to continue the conversation with you. But this is incredible.
So you can,
I want to say it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Where can people get the book? This is your camera number 3 over here. Plug away and tell people how they can get in touch with you, Roberta.
Hi, I'm on all your social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. Those are the 2 main ones. You can actually message me or write to me, and I can send you an autographed copy. There are probably a few limited editions on Amazon.com, and which we'll be republishing soon. And I'm on all social media. Roberta Basson. That's where you find me. So you can learn more about Amelia Earhart. If you have any questions, you can write them and ask me about her or about my career, or if you want to get into the biz or anything. Just I'm open. I always love mentoring. So
we love you, Roberta.
I love them.
Right back at you. We love you. Thank you, Roberta, for being on the show. Make sure you check out Roberta. Make sure you get this book, Amelia Earhart, Me and Our Friends, and stay tuned for our movie.
Whoa, that's right.
Right? We're going to write a
movie. It's coming. Love it.
I hope you find the good in your day. Spread it to whomever you marry. And listen, support other people. If you have the opportunity to support someone in their dreams, it takes nothing. Whether it's just like a friendly, like, hey, how you doing? How you can support others is so important. And we're all, speaking of support, Sally Cologne, our dear friend, season 2, we talked about that. Oh, she's gonna run on the show. Is she running in? Are you running in? Sally Cologne, everyone. Sally Cologne, season 2. Bienvenidos a mi clubhouse is what I say. Welcome to her clubhouse. Season 2 is premiering today. So support anyone that comes in your way. I'm rhyming left and right. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Bye. Oh, that was so good. I love this. This is so cute.
Nice dress, yeah. Thank you again.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I talked about stuff I don't really even talk about.
Oh, it's great. It was great. I learned so much. I was just like, you can tell that you learn every day from a male.